Assalamu alaikum class. This is the first lecture of grade 10 Cambridge Economics presented by Ms. Rabia Munir. And the topic of this lecture is Production Possibility Curves, Unit 1.4 of your course book. What is a production possibility curve? A production possibility curve is a diagram that shows all the production choices available to the firm, assuming it uses all of its labor and other resource inputs as fully and as efficiently as possible to maximize output. That means whatever resources are available to a business or a country, if they are using them to produce the maximum output, though that output can be shown, that those possible outcomes can be represented as a production possibility curve diagram. Now, let's see what does a PPC represents or shows. In this example, there on the two axes we can see good X and good Y. Each axis is showing the quantity of good X and good Y that can be produced. That means at point A, the given company is producing 90 items of good X and 60 units of good Y. Whereas if we see on point B, good X 40 items are produced, whereas good Y 95 items are produced. That means if we are moving along the PPC of this company from point A to point B, the opportunity cost for the company will be, if we are moving from point A to point B, we can see that from 90 units of good X, we fall back to 40 units of good X. That means we are foregoing 50 units of good X when we are moving from point A on the PPC to point B on the PPC. Coming to good Y. If we move from point A to point B, obviously we can see that good X is being decreasing. So we can see that good Y, the quantity of good Y produced is increasing. That is from 60 to 95. So the opportunity cost of foregoing 50 items of good X will be more items of good Y. That is 35 more items of good Y. So if we are giving up one choice, we are producing more of the other good, that is good Y in this example. Inefficient and unattainable resources. A production possibility curve also represents which of the outputs are possible and which are not possible. That means if you see this example where we can see the output of pizza and output of sugar, this business has point A, B and C are all efficient output combinations as they lie on the existing PPC. That means on these points, the output is possible with the existing resources that the company has. That means if it has, suppose, 10 workers and X amount of resources, raw materials, they can produce a combination of these two outputs. Whereas if we see point D and point E, these are inefficient points of inefficiency, because these two combinations, at these two combinations, it is showing that the company is not utilizing its resources to the fullest, and they are being inefficiently allocated or inefficiently used. Therefore they are producing less amount or minimum amount of output, because point D and point E do not lie on the PPC. Now, coming to point F. Point F is a output combination which does not lie on the PPC, and it is outside or on the right side of the curve drawn here in this example. This means that this is a point where this point of output can only be achieved if we change our amount of available resources. That means if we had 10 labor or 10 workers, now we need 12 labor or more raw material to produce this point of output. That means this is an unattainable output combination which is not possible in the available resources with the company or the country. To understand the concept of production possibility curve, you can watch this video link given below and read the reference pages from your book of Unit 1.4.